The narrative matters more than the truth. Now, Rolling Stone's apocryphal story about a gang rape at UVA by a fraternity, that's cited now as a classic example of narrative overreach. The press literature on GamerGate is strikingly similar. And I don't mean only the gamer press. I don't mean Gawker. I mean the treatment in the New York Times, the Washington Post, Vox, CBS News.
And as an industry, we have a choice right now. We can keep our head in the sand, or we can address this issue and kind of make the industry a safe place for women to work.
Brianna Wu is an absurd and frankly tragic figure who successfully managed to self-insert themselves into Gamergate as a form of self-promotion.
I wanted to tell a story where women were the heroes the same way men get to be heroes in other games.
Wu would probably have passed beneath Gamergate's notice if she hadn't tried to draw their attention, but she deliberately drew a big target on her behind and hung it over the parapet while screaming, "Shoot me." With so many people involved in Gamergate, someone was bound to take the bait, gator or troll.
I think you have a culture of an industry that's been told from the top down for so long that this is a space for boys and men.
Wu's first attempt to get Gamergate's attention was to create a secondary Twitter account, BroLols, claiming it as some protest against 4chan sock puppet supporters of Gamergate. It was desperately unfunny and barely noticed, as well as being based on a mostly false premise about the opposition.
My intentions are to get 8chan off my neck and the necks of other women in the industry.
Absolutely.
We can have a conversation about this stuff after you stop terrorizing us.
And we will continue having this conversation here at HuffPost Live. Frederick, Eric, Brianna, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a...
Believe it or not, Brianna, 8chan is not all about you.
All right, guys.
Wu managed to get attention from both the media and from Gamergate through a series of unhinged interviews on Huffington Post, David Pakman, and others. There she repeatedly blamed anyone and everyone Gamergate related for the threats on her life, which nobody but her took seriously.
But the 5 or so times that I've received what I considered serious threats, I went to the authorities and did not mention those. I did not post anything. I was advised by federal authorities that it's better not to post those types of things. Why did you make the decision to so heavily publicize these actionable threats?
First of all, I don't like that word publicize. I think it's carrying some connotations with it.
Apparently for a good reason, since the FBI and other law enforcement agencies found nothing credible about them. Something Wu, again, took issue with, making law enforcement rather than Gamergate the subject of her ire for some time, and leading to bewildered emails by law enforcement officials being made public.
Yeah, he said 7 of them you didn't like, but that otherwise they were okay.
I have to tell you, I feel like this is kind of a hit piece that you're doing on me right now, to be honest.
Whoa. Let's talk about that. Hold on a second.
Well, in a moment. I want to answer your question first. I feel like you're really putting me on trial here.
Since then, to anyone in the know, Wu has been something of a lol cow. She can be relied upon to say inane and silly things for attention, such as claiming the Nintendo character Samus is transgender, and to take nonsense far too seriously.
People start calling my phone, alerting me that this terrible man using an alias was threatening very, very specific violence to me. He claimed that he was there with an accomplice with guns in the car, driving to my house to kill me.
Jace Connors first came on the Gamergate scene a little bit ago with a video of him in a live Google Hangout where he put an airsoft gun to his head and threatened to basically kill Brianna Wu by shooting her with that airsoft gun. Although, of course, he alluded that it was something other than an airsoft gun at the time, which caused a little bit of confusion with some people about whether or not Jace here was a troll.
And then moments later, this man himself sent me a very specific, terrifying video.
This is my car, and now the bitch shit is crashed.
Where he claimed he had crashed his car on the way to my house.
And look at this bullshit! Look at this shit! I'm just gonna raise your car!
All of those fears for a lot of people were put to rest last month when he posted a video of a tipped over Prius alongside a snowy highway and him screaming that he was on his way to street race Brianna Wu and that he had flipped his car in the process and that he blamed her for doing it.
Wu has been somewhat discredited by former employees and has even clashed with others who have also attempted to exploit GamerGate to raise their profiles. Claiming victim status doesn't appear to have helped Wu's career. Her terrible game, Revolution 60, bombed, even without GamerGate's help to do so.
Oh no, I just got shot in the face.
Mass ranks of feminist support for the embattled developer never manifested themselves, probably down to Wu's obnoxious and exploitative personality.
Her home address was posted on 8chan, and if anyone has been following the entire story of this, this led to what she talked about on this program being threats that led to her leaving her home, etc.
The board owner deleted the information, and I only found out about it through screenshots. Brianna Wu did not make any official request to me, nor has she ever emailed any request to admin@8chan.co. So that's our email address that I use to, vet takedown requests and things like that.
Wu does, however, seem to have managed to wangle themselves something of a career as a professional victim, telling sob stories about herself. That seems to be the basis upon which she is making this run on her state congress.
I just need one thing from you. Believe. I'm Brianna Wu, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Brianna Wu for Congress.
It's an internet safety/harassment ticket, but rooted in inaccurate data about those issues and threatening privacy and freedom.
It's not. You have more support systems with women behind the scenes. You have more awareness. But if you look at the response from major companies with their hiring practices, from, law enforcement to do something, it's as bad as it's ever been. In fact, it's getting worse.
It's a struggle not to be horrible to Wu. Their transgender status makes it very easy for them to cry bigot when you object to anything they do. Their appearance is wild, unkempt, and more than a little crazy. Unfortunately, the person is so tied up and entangled in their crazy ideas that to criticize the one is taken as abuse to the other.